All right, guys, it's the Latin Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And your guess is as good as mine as to why this live stream died. Or this thing just beep again. The live stream before this died. So, I thought I heard a beep again. Battery looks good. I have no idea what's going on, why it died. You guys might be a little bit crooked. Maybe. But I guess Krill, I guess we got in trouble for bullying Krill, so we got sent to the principal's office and our live stream got cut off. So lesson learned, guys. Bullying Krill will not be tolerated, and they'll shut down your live stream. And Krill must have a lot of pull with YouTube. It's a lot of grass right there, guys. A lot more than expected. But you guys didn't miss much. All you missed was me catching a dink. It happened shortly after that live stream cut off. I hooked into a dink. Seems to be a lot more grass out here than I was expecting. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. All I know is that there's a lot more grass. Yo, what up, old school? Krill, thanks to you being bullied, they cut off my live stream, bro. They heard your cries. They said, hold on, who's bullying somebody? And then they shut down my live stream. I haven't tried this side, so let's just try this side for a little bit. Dude, I'm out in the middle of nowhere and then I see this stick that's still there. Threw me off for a second. I was like, what the heck? Why is there something behind me? Though remember, never look behind you, guys. Always stay looking forward. Krill, you gotta say that we're buddies or something, or else they're gonna cut off the live stream again. They're gonna be all like, he keeps on saying the name of the guy who he allegedly bullied. And they're gonna be all like, we gotta shut him down again. He hasn't learned his lesson. Out here bullying these grown men. just type something like, oh no, we're besties, bro. Whether it's a lie or not, you should type it. Wait, but if I'm telling you to type it, does that mean I'm bullying you into typing it? Yeah, now we're going down a fine line here. All right, Krill, I only request that you type, we're besties. You don't have to. No physical harm will befall you if you don't. I'm just saying. Well, Krill, are we on the same wavelength, bro? Because I just said that. So I don't know if we're on the same wavelength here, bro. Moon, what's up? Went out there and got him on a buzzbait. That's what's up, Moon. Hey, Moon, you got any pictures of those fish, dog? We'll put some shine on them right here, bro. This channel's for all the homies. So if you want to send them to latinbassassassin@gmail.com, bro, we'll show your pictures here. I mean, it's going to be in a rudimentary way, like I'm going to just put my phone right in front of the camera, but at least your fish will have some shine on them, dog. Bromance, you're back. Well, I guess that's a positive for the live scope. You can check out your bait as a facial ornament on a fish. Bromance. Bromance. As always, I appreciate it, but you are aware that there is no paid admission required here, right? You are aware that you can watch your homie throw some lines without having to pay an admission fee. But as always, I appreciate it, Bromance. Bromance got 5 on it. Fishing with Silver and me. Bromance got 5 on it. Grab your fishing pole, homie. Bros, the only thing you guys missed was a little tiny dink. There's grass over here too. What is going on? This is weirding me out. In areas that there's not supposed to be grass, there is grass. It might just be like how I'm visualizing this, because potentially like with our fish finder out, we're kind of blind, so I might not be able to see where I think the grass is. What I think and what is are sometimes two different things. Ask the moderator. She's pointed that out many times, which is starting to get me to think that the moderator just points out when I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember a time when the moderator said, "Oh, you are absolutely correct." Or if she's only like, "Yep, you're wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong." I mean, they may be far and few between, but if I'm right, you gotta give me some props or something. Dude, something bit my forearm. I don't know what it was. I don't know if you guys can see this, but some bit my forearm at some point in time, and now my forearm is a little swole. And not just because, you know, we get down on some push-ups. I'm talking about because some bit my forearm. Freaking bugs in the south. You never know what's crawling around, dog. Let's see if we got those pics, bro. Okay, we got some pics here, guys. We first have to verify that they are pics that can be shown. What the heck? Bro, hold on a second. Are you telling me that you caught him afterwards? Because this story just got a lot better, guys. Look at that. That story just got a lot better if he got his bait back. Because currently, dude, I am in search of a fish that has my hook in it. So maybe if you can teach me the ways. And also, we had to put some shine on the pup, dog. What up? I'm assuming that that dog caught that fish right there, bro. That's my assumption. Oh, and there's a third pick. My bad, dudes. I was unaware there was a third pick. But that is a third pick right there. With a buzzbait catch. Here a buzzbait, there a buzzbait, everywhere a buzzbait. Dude, okay. So then that story is way cooler, bro. Now that you got your coal shad back. That is a good story. Man, if only I can get back that bait from this other fish, bro, because that fish would be a sábado gigante. I'm moving off of this area just a tad, because what I want to do is pull this out of this grass, pop it out the grass, and pop it in a bass. But I got to reposition because that stupid log distracted me. All right, so directly to that log is where it would be a good spot to throw. At least the log is somewhat useful for us to determine where exactly we are headed. Okay. So to the left and right of that log, we should be able to pop out of this grass. And pop into a bass, but let us see. Ronnie, what's up? Dude, I really hope that I get my hook back. I broke off like maybe 2 days ago, potentially. But I'm just assuming that that fish is kind of holding in that area. Because that fish broke me off, and it was a good-sized fish. I never saw it, but based on the feel of it not budging, I was like, all right, this fish, it's a good one. You know, it's one of those nightmare fish where you're all like, dude, what the heck broke that one off? It's one of those. I think somebody's cruising a fan boat around here. Let's check the time, 8:18. That's what it sounds like. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background. Dude, if I get that hook back, it will be the culmination of a Moby Dick style Captain Ahab, or whatever his name is, kind of moment, bro, because that fish owes me. Yo, what up? Kendall, what's happening, dog? All right. In a little bit, we are going to head into Honeycomb, and we are going to work some areas over there. Here, we've only caught a couple little ones. I did miss about a 3-pounder estimated because it flew off. Did some acrobatics and came off. It's been all right, Kendall. I mean, we caught a 5 and change first fish, and that's the kind of high bar to set, you know? And that one was a BBL, Kendall, unlike yesterday when you called me out on it not being a BBL. But, I mean, technically, it was live for one individual. I mean, not me. It was definitely live when I caught it, but I was on the phone with an individual, and I told them, hold on, I just hooked into something. And I, definitely a fan boat. And so that individual was able to hear the chaos, but they didn't see the chaos. But they were very aware of the fact that there was a fish on the line. There's gonna be a wake that's about to come through based on the size of that boat right there. We're gonna get ourselves a nice little wake. Moon, a BBL, dog? 5 pounds, 7 ounces, or 8 ounces, one or the other. That's a bass above 4 pounds, bro. Those are those big bass live. I caught one yesterday as well, but I think that one was 5'10", but the GoPro had cut off because the battery died. And then I just kept on fishing. And I caught a BBL, and Kendall said, bro, that is not a BBL. Even though, you know, the BBL, this is the home of the BBL. We were corrected that it was not a BBL. I mean, technically, rightfully so. because it wasn't caught live. Pero you know. Unlimited. It was not 2 a.m., bro. It may have felt like 2 a.m., but it was like 5 and change. It was 5 in the morning. You got to get up early in the morning, bro, to trick those BBLs. They're like, I haven't had my morning coffee just yet. What is this stupid little worm that's swimming in front of my face? You know what? I ain't got time for this. I'll just eat it. And you're like, gotcha fish. Boom. Reel them in. Here comes the wakes. Here come the wakes, guys. Watch out, bros. Watch out as the wakes come over. You see that? These wakes are brought to you by whatever that boat was that went by. And if you're not ready for these wakes, dudes, it will get you. They'll sneak up on you and you might end up in the lake. But not this guy, because remember, I was in wrestling, so. I'm always on the balls of my feet. And that's right, my feet have balls. If you use your feet correctly, your feet will also have balls. But to each their own. Some people don't want their feet to have balls. I don't know what early is. Krill, come on now. Don't know what early is. Krill, sometimes well, this is already starting to sound like a country song. Sometimes I lay awake at night dreaming or something, or thinking. I don't know. I think the song is, I have no idea. I think it's a Clint Black maybe song, or I have no idea, but he's like, sometimes I lay awake at night thinking, maybe? Who knows? I'm trying to remember the rest of the song. But sometimes, bro, I lay awake when I wake up and I was like, what is Krill doing right now? You know? I just stare at my ceiling and I'm all like, I wonder if Krill has already told Chicken Me hi. Or if he just goes around and says, get away from me. Get away from me, you idiot. So, I might not be out on the water, Krill, but dude, we're kindred spirits, dog. I'm right there and I'm like, what is Krill up to right now? I wonder how many Mountain Dews he's already drank. Probably about 4. He barely woke up. So this is what I envision, Krill. I envision that when you wake up, you go and do whatever, and then you brush your teeth. But you're brushing your teeth with Mountain Dew. You gargle with Mountain Dew. And then usually most people would like spit out the water, but you drink the Mountain Dew. And then after that, you quickly shoot down like 2 more Mountain Dews. And you're like, all right, it's time to roll. And then I assume that that Mrs. Krill already has a honey bun already out there waiting for you on a plate. And you're all like, yeah, that's the morning breakfast right there. That's the breakfast of champions. So then she gives you whatever amount of honey buns you eat in the morning. And then after that, you're fully jazzed up to go out there and chase some chickens. Rocky style. So that's my guess, but I could be wrong. Krill, if you would like to let me know whether I'm wrong or not in any one of those aspects, you're like, bro, you forgot that I floss. And I'll be like, oh, my bad, Krill. I didn't know you were that detailed with your dental routine. So you floss, possibly with the package of the honey bun. You just kind of like force that edge plastic in your teeth. But I don't know, bro. Well, I'm just trying to, I can't see all the details because it's kind of dark at the time that I'm peeping, bro. So I'm all like, did he just, like he's gargling with Mountain Dew, I'm sure. So some of it is a little off. I don't know for a fact. So that's why I'm going to the source and I'm asking. Krill, here's a question I got for you, bro. I'm assuming you just drink regular Mountain Dew, right? And it looks radioactive, as it always does. So with this radioactive Mountain Dew, when you turn the lights off at night, because you have so much Mountain Dew running, coursing through your veins, bro, are you your own night light? Like, do you glow ever so slightly, bro, because of the amount of Mountain Dew that you drank? Do you just start to radiate a little bit? In fact, like Mrs. Krill has to put like a blanket all over you because she's like, I cannot sleep with this light. So then you're forced to cover up and then only have a little breathing hole because of the amount of, and your brightness, it varies depending on how many Mountain Dew you had in a day. So like, let's say you were running low on some dew. So you would only be like 1 lumen or something. But like if you're really jazzed up and you're like, bro, this was like a 40 Mountain Dew day. Next thing you know, you're like at 4,000 to 5,000 lumens. And then your wife is all like, okay, at this point in time, I'm just gonna go sleep in another room because it is like daylight out here. Radioactive daylight with all this Mountain Dew radiating out of you. And this is all speculation, Krill. I don't know for a fact. I'm just asking questions. All right, so you use the plastic of the 6-pack. Okay, that makes sense. And I just assume that you cut it just so that turtles don't get caught in it. But Unlimited also has a point, bro. When you hand over that antifreeze sample, is the doctor like, Mr. Krill, quit playing games. I know this is antifreeze. Then you're like, antifreeze? That ain't no antifreeze. That's the sample you requested. So, I don't know, bro. These are all questions that we're asking to figure out what powers Krill. What makes Krill wake up? I mean, I guess this is almost like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Because it would take a madman to wake up at 3 in the morning every day. But what made the man mad? Was it waking up at 3 every day or drinking Mountain Dew all the time? And then that made the person mad enough to raise chickens and have to wake up at 3 a.m. every day. All of my life, it's the best. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I tend to the chickens every day, all of my life. It's the best. I need a different duty. This chicken duty, it ain't gonna work here. One more cast here with this Nico, and then we are moving to Honeycomb. Now, my phone needs to be charged. I don't see your comments right now, guys, because my phone needs to be charged. So give me a second. I don't know how things are just like, everything on this boat is just drinking juice, bro. It's on that juice. Maybe I need to put some Mountain Dew on this boat, and then everything will go crazy. So the 3 a.m. made you become a Mountain Dew drinker? Is that what I'm getting here, bro? A dink, and I mean the tiniest of dinks, in a missed 3-pounder here, speculated. And now it's time for us to move on to greener pastures. Krill, those Mountain Dew commercials where like crazy stuff is happening, like I don't even remember the last thing, like a dog was dancing or something. I think it is all starting to make sense. I can see all these things happening on your, they probably basically shot that commercial, or all Mountain Dew commercials, right there at your farm, bro. That's what I'm guessing. Let's get out of here, boys. Let's get out of here. Forget about these fish. I'd rather have crab juice. Bro, I don't even want to know, bromance, what crab juice is. I mean, I'm just envisioning somebody like just grabbing a crab and spreading all its juices, wringing out all its juices. I was trying to figure out the English word for it. I was all like, okay, I know what it is in Spanish, but what is it in English? So yeah, bro, somebody's right there and they're just wringing out all the crab juice. What is crab juice? See, on this channel, we learn some stuff, guys. I don't know what crab juice is. I might not want to know, but I'm about to know, because bromance is going to be all like, crab juice is when you squeeze a crab so hard that all its juices come out. But I don't know for a fact that that's what he's going to say. I'm just saying. Time check, we are at 8:37. How am I American and I know Spanish words better? Well, you see, here's the thing, bro. Sometimes when you're in certain households, they tell you stuff in Spanish, and you're like, okay, cool. And you may never hear the English word for it, bro. You may never know what the actual... In fact, sometimes you'll hear Spanish words that aren't even real words in Spanish. They're like regional phrases that aren't real outside of that region. Like the word carro. That is like car with an R added to it and an O, when it should just be like automobile or something like that, or auto. But I never heard that, bro. All I heard was carro, the garage. That is not a real word. But of course, that one I didn't hear so much because I did not live in a house with a garage. So, you know, there's limits to the words that you hear, dog. Because I was gonna tell you guys, maybe you exprimir the crab, but then you guys will be all like, okay, this fool, he's clearly delirious. That's not even a real word. But it is in Spanish. And you guys will be like, all right, I've had enough of this guy's made up bilingual talk. Those are not real words. And I'll be like, dudes, they are real words, my dudes. Pero you may not have heard them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. It was pick onions and also work faster. Those are the only English words I ever heard. And I was there and I was like, sí, señor. Sí, señor. I work faster, señor. Those are the only English words I ever heard. I don't even know what language I'm speaking in right now, bro. It's basically I'm speaking in tongues. You know, sometimes people, like, they have a traumatic brain injury, and then all of a sudden they're able to speak different languages or like do math when they couldn't do it before. Well, I think that's what happened, dog. I think it was mainly Spanish that I heard and that I spoke. And then I got hit by the car. And then it was all like, oh dear God, I know English. And all of a sudden I knew English. And then I taught all my gente, Washalo, here's a couple English words that you guys could use. And then they were all like, work harder. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot, sorry. And so then I worked harder and picked onions and whatever. But I think that's how I learned English. I don't think it was the actual learning of the language. I think when I got hit by the car, that's what happened. That's my guess. And again, it's a guess, it's not proven fact. I'm just saying that there's also a shad ton of eelgrass in here. I'm trying to throw this chatterbait in here. Yeah, me and Krill are mentally synced. That must mean that Krill, one, is super smart because I'm not gonna sync with someone who's not at the same level as I am. I mean, that was humility right there at its finest, but that must mean that Krill is super smart. That is what you call a self something. Now I don't even remember that phrase. A self something compliment, because I am complimenting Krill by saying that he must be intelligent, but at the same self-serving compliment right there. I'm telling people that Krill is smart, but at the same time, we are assuming that I am smart based off of the correlation right there, guys. Washalo. Oh, that's that humility, Krill. The fields will beat humility into you, bro. When Steve worked on the railroad, he would hear, "Ándale." Steve, why are they talking to you in Spanish? What? I'm not exactly sure why Steve was talked to in Spanish. This is starting to boggle my mind. Kendall, didn't we just discuss yesterday about the no sugars? And now you're coming through with the soft serving ice cream. Kendall's trying to get me to crack, guys. He's all like, okay, if I keep on dropping little sugar bombs here, he will go eat some sugar. Subliminally, he'll just put some information there, be all like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Hershey's Kisses. And then I'll read them and not think anything about it. And I'll be like, why do I want a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup all of a sudden? And I'll be like, Kendall, ugh, out here, a saboteur. Oh, Kendall. Kendall's gonna attempt low sugar, guys, or low amounts of sugar today. So expect the chat to be fiery, because he's gonna be there and he might be a little bit grumpy. And he's gonna be all like, you suck. I'm like, whoa, Kendall, that came out of nowhere. Could possibly be true, but that still came out of nowhere, Kendall. How much sugar have you had today, Kendall? 0. I don't want to talk about it. What I want to talk about is how much you suck. And I'm like, all right, Kendall, we'll talk about that. We'll get you through it, my dude. We will get you through it. Now, I would advise Bryce and Maddie to be on their P's and Q's, because a dad on no sugar, uh-oh. A Lego on the floor might end up different than when he's got a little bit of sugar in him. There might be some irrational decisions being made on no sugar. 70%. Hey, if you turtles are gonna frickin' come, dudes. So check it out, guys. You may not have seen it, but there was a couple turtles that just popped up right there. But they didn't just pop up like normal. It wasn't like they were like right next to each other. It's like they were trying to multiply, and they came up, and either I busted them, which we looked at each other and locked eyes, all of us, and we were like, what's going on? Or they were coming up to be all like, oh, let's go give this guy a show. But either way, it was weird. I was like, hey, turtles, this is not the show for that. Go do that somewhere else. Oh no, Kendall. This is the entrance to Honeycomb. We are cruising through here. Oh, Kendall, and I know that you're gonna be easy on the children. I'm just out here joking, bro. We are throwing a chatterbait to this area. We are in some feet of water. It's a steep kind of drop here. We're in 16 feet of water. So it should drop pretty fast. Hey, is that Guntersville Mike over there? And Kendall, that is the way it should be. The children should, I mean, essentially they use you like a jungle gym and all kinds of stuff, bro, because that's just what dads are for. They're for climbing on, punching, and running around. So if that's not what's going on, well then. Potentially there might be some changes that need to be done, because I'll be a little concerned about their salvation and stuff. Dude, because think about it, bro. When you're young, like little person young, and I don't mean like a person that is vertically limited or challenged. I'm talking about when you're a little person. And like think about that feeling. I mean, I haven't had that in 10 billion years. But think about that feeling when somebody can toss you into the sky and you're just like, whoa, I'm flying. Like, what the heck? Most of us will never feel that feeling again. Unless, like, let's say we're in a fight with somebody, and then that dude just happens to be like a 400-pound like dude that is just muscle, and he tosses you into the sky and you're like, oh, I'm flying. But that one probably is not as fun as like when your dad throws you in the air. But that is a feeling that we will never get again. The being thrown, tossed around like a little, in a playful manner, like a little rag doll and stuff. And you're just all like, whoa, whoa. That is a feeling that is long gone. Now you could be on the side where you're throwing somebody, but in theory, nobody will ever throw you again. I mean, unless you if you want to wrestle me, I'll toss you, bro. Like, I will hip toss you and throw you into the sky. But again, those are not the same. That's what I'm saying, Mike. There is water everywhere there, bro. There should be a place for you to throw a line. Of course, I just assumed that you didn't take any rods, so you're gonna have to go to your local Walmart or whatever. Yo, Steve, I can only assure you that my eyeballs showed me some turtles. 2 turtles just turtling. I don't know what they were doing. They popped up and then they went back down when they saw me, and they were like, oh, we're busted. White frog coming through saying white frog, chatterbait, all the same, no difference. So I will tell you the only difference that I know of, white frog. The only difference I know of between the white frog and the chatterbait is that the chatterbait has produced some big fish. The white frog the other day, that was not the case. You just got a couple of little bites and they came off. So that's the little bit of difference that I know of with the white frog and the chatterbait. We keep it real here, guys. Think about that, bros. There's a certain point where you will never get tossed into the sky again, or just thrown onto the couch and just be all like, oh, psh, again. That's the sad part, guys. But on the Rodcast, we keep it real. But here's the even sadder part, bros. Of course, I got hit by a car, so it's probably a little bit different for me. But I don't even remember those times. The only thing that I can do is, I guess, think about what it would feel like. Like, be like, oh, this must have been awesome because kids love this stuff. So I must have loved this stuff And then at that point in time, I'm like, but I don't remember because I'm a freaking old man that got hit by a car. So not only do no one will ever throw me in the air again, but I also don't remember when they did. So, you know, just a little life. There's some rock right here. I'm gonna pull off for a little bit. I'm gonna throw, I should be throwing a jig, but I can't because, look, there's a turtle right there, dog. Tell me there ain't a turtle right there, Steve. There's a turtle, dog. It was massive. Uh, all right, guys, I'm gonna throw, well, since I don't have my jig anymore, I'm gonna throw a shaky head onto that area right there, or a Nico, because dudes, I don't know how deep we are right here. I mean, we're deep in the conversation because that conversation is deep. We're 8 feet right now. The conversation is definitely deep, bros, because we are going into like the past, into the conversations that'll change a person. But we are only in 8 feet of water. And now I have to settle down because the moderator, she, yo, unlimited. Couch forts can be made at any time. So that's not the perspective that I was aiming for. Not the couch forts, bro. I'm talking about the feeling, the sensation of being tossed in the air. To be scared, but trusting that, I mean, I guess essentially your jefe, your dad, is still gonna catch you, but you're scared out of your mind. You're like, whoa, what is this feeling? I'm flying. But then you're like, oh dear God, I'm gonna hit the ground. But you're like, nah, that fool right there, he's got me. He'll catch me. That's the sensation, not the couch fort sensation, bro. I mean, you could still build one right now and be like, all right. Now, your moderator's probably gonna look at you a little weird and be like, what are you doing? Shh. You can't see me in my couch fort. And also, you are not allowed in my couch fort. And then the moderators are just gonna be all like, this fool's an idiot. But they don't understand. They're not gonna understand that situation right there, bro. And hopefully you let them into your couch fort. It's possible that you're not gonna. And I mean, rightfully so, but you know, we're old enough to where, okay, girls do have cooties, but I believe there might be a cure for cooties out there. And we just have to believe in science in order to allow them into the fort. Okay, we are in 17 feet of water. You gotta believe in modern science, guys, that cooties has been cured. I don't know, I don't follow it that much. I don't go around places where I could catch cooties. So because of that, You're gonna wanna check, do a little bit of research before you determine if you wanna let girls into your couch forts. Because cooties is nothing to laugh at, guys. Do you know how many kids in elementary I knew that got cooties, bro? Multiple. Multiple. All right. Okay, so Krill is Krill has felt that exhilaration when he was on the boat. That's a buoy! What are you doing? So he's felt that sensation, and yet somehow we got there safely. And I do appreciate Unlimited doing some push-ups, because I told you guys, in fact, this is the portion of the show where Unlimited, he sponsors the push-up session. Unlimited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Unlimited. That session of push-ups was brought to you by Unlimited, a major supporter of push-ups and all things athletic. All right, they don't seem to be biting in this area. But what's happening, bros? Krill, we legitimately hit one buoy. That was it. The other one was a near miss. So if we're gonna tell the story, we gotta tell it and keep it real. Come on, you sons of fishes. Now there are some areas here where a white frog does look like it has a shot, dude. But I gotta tie the white frog on. I mean, he's technically not totally white, but I gotta tie him on. And that's the hesitation. I gotta tie him on to what rod? I don't know, but I definitely gotta tie him on. That's grass. And the second thing is that I would have to potentially not be throwing this chatterbait. Oh, did you guys see that explosion right there? Let's see. Let's see what you guys saw. I guess you might not have. Oh no, you saw it. You saw it, it was there. Where could I put that frog? I got the solution, guys. I have the solution. I'll take off my topwater bait and I'll put it on that. We can't have two topwaters on this boat, bro. We're utilizing valuable resources for topwater. We're not doing that. White frog, this might be your lucky day. Technically, this is a little pinkish frog, white frog face, but close enough. Or let's say as close as we're getting. Dude, I hear that bird advising against the white frog. The white frog has entered the chat. Here we go. Now, the question is not whether the white frog could catch or not. The question is what size of fish that the white frog is going to catch. That's the question this channel has. Not questioning the ability for this frog to catch something. Because I have rage toads. And we rage with our bad self, but there's only been one occasion that the rage toad has caught me something that was like Sábado Gigante style. Also, white frog, what if I have nightmares like you have, bro, where it's like, why do the big ones always come off? And then I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and We're both going to be having nightmares. I'm going to wake up at Krill time and be all like, Krill, are you awake? And he's going to be there and he's going to be like, well, actually, he doesn't spit it out. I forgot. And then he's going to be like, gulp. What's up, man? I just rinsed out with my Mountain Dew. What's happening? I'm like, Krill, I missed the bite last time on a white frog. I had a nightmare. Then he's gonna tell me, it'll be okay. Just don't throw it anymore. I'm like, got it. Solution, heard, and it will be executed. Where's White Frog when we need him? Oh yeah, White Frog, where are you, dog? We're throwing this for no reason. If a white frog is thrown, but White Frog is not watching, was a white frog ever thrown? Oh, we got ourselves a little knot on the line. Perfect. I just need a fish to bite, and that'll make it the perfect situation possible. So as you see, guys, if I'm not reeling in this white frog, he will sink. That is a guarantee. That is the Charles Barkley guarantee. So that is why I reel him in at the speed that I do. Slightly under Mach 1. We don't want to scare the fish away with the sonic boom. This is not Street Fighter, and we don't want to be out here, sonic boom. That is not our intent. We're not trying to knock out. We are trying to get them to bite at breakneck speed. All right, I'm not sitting over here relaxing, guys. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see what I see. Do you see what I see? This little knot. See that? I got to try and get that out, because maybe this is me pushing fate, and fate is all like, do not throw that white frog. I'm going to put a knot in this guy's line. In fact, should I read into the details right here? We have a knot, as in, do not throw that bait. Is that what fate is telling me right now? I think fate might be telling me. Oh, I just got an email that I am eligible for a YouTube creator boot camp. Bro, does it look like I want to go to boot camp? Nobody's got time for boot camp when we're out here trying to catch some fish. They're going to be all like, all right, you got to show up at this time. I'm like, bro, that's when I'm throwing lines. Dudes, fate may have sealed our fate on the white frog. This knot is intense. And again, we show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. You guys have seen my face multiple times on this channel, so definitely we're showing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh yeah, guys. It's not looking good for the white frog. How much time do we give this guy? I'm a knot expert, which might mean that I don't know anything. But this knot is looking like It's going to need a steady hand. Don't touch the sides. Oh. Did the steady hand just do it? Don't touch the sides. Dang it. Touch the sides. White Frog, are you even in the chat right now, bro? I'm over here struggling trying to get this knot out so that we can throw the sapo blanco, bro. But if you're not in the chat, then why am I even messing with this? For those of you who are not bilingual, sapo blanco is white frog. Okay, the braid, I broke one strand, so we are probably at 29-pound braid. Washalo, don't ever say I didn't do it for the game, dog. Look at that, we got some abrasions, we got some crazy line twist, whatever. White frog. All right, White Frog, if you do not catch me a fish after all that effort, I just heard a fish splash right behind me. That's what I'm saying, bro. We got... Wait, did Corn Diff come in here saying a joke? Corn Diff say something? I don't see no Corn Diff joke here, bro. Let me see here. Maybe I gotta go to... All right, here we go. As we were, boys, we're about to throw this white frog out there again. YouTube over here trying to make me go to a boot camp. Bro, come on. If my country couldn't make me go to a boot camp, what makes you think that YouTube can make me go to a boot camp? That looks like a gar. Let's see if a gar will hit a white frog. Let's run it by it. Hit me, dog. Hit me one time. Oh, you're a terrible blackjack dealer right there, gar. You did not hit me, not once. Maybe this bait will work only if you believe. It's like a child's, you need a childlike belief in this. I believe that I will get a big fish off of this bait. Believe. Atreyu. Falcor. That's the kind of belief I have, guys. The childlike wonderment. I am believing. All I need is that never-ending story music. And you will something see. Do-do-do. Da-da-da-da-da-dee. Oh, yeah. The never-ending story. Ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to catch one, guys. We got those never-ending story vibes going on here. The never-ending story. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Dream a dream. And someday me. Blah, blah, blah. Do 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 do. Yo, ripping. I'm also waiting for me to hook into him, dog. But right now we are doing some slight top water situation, dog. We are trying this prophesized white frog, and we're seeing if we can get a bite. It has been prophesized that the white frog on a day like this will bring the girls to the yard, and their like is better than yours, and blah, blah, blah. But as of yet, the white frog prophecy has not been fulfilled. Yo, ripping. The biggest fish we caught today was a 5'7". But then after that, the size steadily. Oh, would you look at that little guy? He slapped at me, I think. I don't know for a fact. Let's throw back out there. Come on, Junior. Bite me. Dream a dream. Ba-da-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee. Okay, now this guy is freaking, he caught his own leg. That's super cool. There's some kind of white something underneath me right now. It's either a manatee, a merp, or I don't know. Could be anything. Could also be nothing. But there was definitely something white underneath me. What's the time? 9:26. Oh, we got ourselves another knot. Ah, jai, jai. And with this knot, my friends, that will be the end of the story for the white frog. The prophecy will not be fulfilled. Though I got to work on this knot because I have micro guides on this. So I'm going to have to get it out in order for it to go back on my spool. And thus, the prophecy was not complete. Dream a dream. Da 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 dee 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 dee. Let's see a text message that we received. That is a text message that we received. The belief was real, guys. The never-ending story. We drew upon it, but with no success. So we are going to have to say bye to the frog. Bye, Froglecia, is basically how we feel right now. Frog. Come on, frog. Why you got to be like this? So we're going back down here, guys. We're going to take a little seat on the deck of the boat and try and get this. We should be able to get this out, no problem, but... All right. Let's take this knot out real quick, guys. This should be real quick. It's not as bad as the other one, though there are two of them here. Okay, mostly out, except for one spot right here. It's going to be a little bit more than that, Unlimited, because I got to get this taken out. Okay, pues, now we're going to be freaking 26-pound braid, because I just messed up one of these strands. Come on, white frog. Why are you causing all this chaos? Okay, washalo, washalo, washalo. Let's see what happens here. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Okay, pues, bro. All right, that's good. I might be able to get that through a micro guide. Let's see. And then we'll just deal with this mess later because, you know, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. All right. Forget about it, dog. We are retiring the white frog. Okay, pues, right, white frog. You let me down, dog. Now, we will see what our next move is. But remember, guys, if you are not familiar with that subscriber giveaway, be sure to enter. It will be done this Friday in a couple of days, dudes. Subscriber giveaway, which you will be entered to win a $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. All right, guys, let's make a move. All right. Unlimited wants me to do this. I'll probably end up getting hooked or something, but Forget your frog. You're rich. You're going to afford more frogs. That's what he wanted me to do. Now, let us commence the BBL chase. Dream a dream. Da-da-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee. All right, vatos. Wait. Stepped on the Bubba scale wrong. I guess any step on the Bubba scale is wrong, but I stepped down and the Bubba scale was in the way. Let's get it, homies. We're not going far. But as we cruise through here, we will side image what is going on out here. So these are areas that have a lot of grass, and I don't usually see a defined grass line at the end. It's just kind of spread out everywhere, but let's see what we can find here. Okay, there's a defined edge right there. Now that we see some potential, I mean, it's in 14, 16 feet of water, somewhere around there. There is a spot to my right that I want to kind of fish, but I'll pass it for now. It's very interesting. What was that image about? Let me take a peek back over here, guys. I saw something that looked un poquito curioso, bro. A little bit curious. No big whoop. We are in 20 feet of water. Okay. All right. I believe that I see some fish on here, so I would say it's straight to there. We're still in some grass right now, guys, so let me get outside the grass. You know how we do. Stay out the grass. Let me get in there. Get on that trolling motor real quick. All right, dudes. It's game time. Let's see where this positions us. What happened to the frog, Steve? Well, I will tell you that the frog went out and came back in the exact same shape that it did. The fish basically were not fans of the frog. Not one bit. So we moved on. I can tell you, like the Cardinals coach, I don't know what his name is. The Cardinals coach told the media, he is who we thought he is. We're not able to bite off the frog. It's basically the long and short of it, bro. Travis is on his way over here. I don't know where Khaled is. Khaled, where you at, dog? Because we're about to leave this area. We're gonna fish this a little bit. And then we are gonna leave this area because we have to get off the water. And it is not a have to, but we have set a time of 11 so that we have time to go and troubleshoot the fish finder issues. That way we can contact Lawrence and say, bro, how are we gonna get this settled here, dude? I need my eyes back. I cannot see grass lines from here. There is no way. What depth are we in? 14 feet, okay. I mean, we can pick them off here and there, but it gives the fish a little bit of a leg up if I can't see that grass line. I mean, we'll catch fish, but it's gonna get a little bit more difficult. We've raised the difficulty level. Oh, on Wednesday. Oh, my bad, dog. My bad, dog. You know, I've been fishing a lot, bro. I don't know what days are which. So, Krill's ready to set his watch to 11 o'clock on the dot. Krill, I gotta go check that fish finder. The more I put it off, the more I'm just dealing with this issue for no reason. Plus, I gotta see if Lawrence tells me it's gonna cost you $10 million. I gotta see if I gotta get a third and fourth job. And be like, okay, Lawrence. Keep my fish finder for a little bit. Until I get the funds. Right now I'm throwing a Nico out there. Yo, Khaled, question. You're rolling in your boat, right? Heck, Khaled, I wish I had known that, bro. I would have stayed outside of Honeycomb. I would have left all these fish for you, bro. All these fish that I haven't hooked into, I would have left them for you. But my bad, dog. We had a miscommunication. All right. So you got your own boat, all right? I was just wondering if you were like gonna be bank fishing or what the deal was, but also congratulations on that 1 and change kid, bro. Moon, you could have showered, you could have shaved, and you could have done the other thing that usually goes in that saying. You might have even had breakfast. You could have done a lot of things, bro. And you did not miss a single fish. So fear not, dog. But there is always a possibility that we're gonna hook into a BBL. It's just a matter of time. Oh, we also have to go retie because our jig leader is gone. Kendall has a fixation with me defecating in the live well. I'm not exactly sure why. Kendall, I'm gonna show you the inside of those live wells. That way you can see after every mic off moment, I'm gonna show you the inside of the live wells so that you'll be all like, okay, nothing happened here. Because I assure you, my live wells do not have a flushing handle. Oh, Moon, we already got the bass, and that's probably why we're fishing a little more chill. We already got a 5.7 today, so we're good. We got a BBL a day, keeps the doctor away. We are always in search of another. Sounds a little giddy, but we are. I saw some fish post up at the edge of this grass. Yo, Khaled, I'm definitely going to leave those fish over there for you. We'll head back to some more familiar territory. That way I can know my surroundings a little bit better. I don't think that whole action right there, Kendall, is anything about goods. That if that whole act was on the Only's Fish page, that would be, I mean, if people were paying for that, I would be returning their money and immediately reporting them to the authorities and be all like, okay guys, there's some weirdos here. You might want to keep them on your radar. Got a 8-pounder by the... Was that recent, dude? Or was that just on one of your outings? All right, now there's talk that, I mean, I don't even understand why there is no need for any kind of number 2 situation going on here, guys. I'm chill. It's Kendall. Kendall's the one who just keeps on saying Kendall's the one spreading all these rumors. Kendall's the one out here, I mean, quite literally talking shad. Okay, let's go a little closer. I didn't feel very much grass. That's what was weird right there, guys. I can see it. Excuse me. I was about a month ago. That's what's up, dog. Okay, now I'm feeling more grass. Man, it's got to be windy out there. Come on, bro. Look, Ghost. I know that I did not spot lock way back here, bro. Gracias, Krill. What was that all about? That was definitely a bite, but not enough. Okay, you homies want to play? That's cool. I've been meaning to cut off the front of this worm anyway, because he was being dumb. Let's play, homies. Also, when I get back, I'm going to change this from this, what looks like a 2-aught, to a man-aught. A man ought to be setting the hook with this hook. Right now, this looks like a little 2-aught. It's all I had at the time. But we'll make it work. I can't believe it. It was a tick and a boom, but I didn't reel that fish in. Yo, Lane, what's happening, man? Dang. I missed that one. Let me check the drag. Drag is good. Just have to verify. Can't believe I missed that fish. But we will quickly get over that fish. I have not seen Wheeler's Nico setup. Matthew. There's one. It's a little bit better, but it's not a BBL. Definitely not a BBL from what I had seen, but it might be a BBL. Might be a BBL, guys, but I doubt it. It's probably like 3 and change. So, guys, now's the time to tell you about that subscriber giveaway. All you got to do is be a subscriber and put a comment. This is Unlimited's favorite portion of the show. He only loves push-ups more than he loves this. He loves when we put our feet up when we're landing a fish. All nonchalantly. We'll let him do his thing. So, if you are a subscriber, put a comment in the 2.3K subscriber giveaway video and you'll be entered to win a $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. Get over here, dog. I know you want to jump and play games, but once you've been hooked, dog, you're hooked. That's how we get down. There ain't no coming off of that. So this guy's probably a 3-pounder. Nothing. Maybe 2.5. I don't know. It's got a fat belly, but I don't know. So all you got to do is be a subscriber and put a comment in the 2.3K subscriber giveaway video, and you'll be entered to win a $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. The drawing will be held this Friday. I believe that is May 30th. And the weight is in. No tag. That's the worst part. No tag, guys. He's fatty. Later, homie. Let's get back out there. So, dude, I have some bizbait craws that I was gonna attempt a Nico with, but there seems to be no need to, because Nico with their either mag diamond or dizzy diamond, that seems to be the trick, bro. No need to get too creative. So that fish, guys, weighed 2 pounds, 13 ounces. What are you throwing at right now? Some sunken timber? So there's a point that comes out here, dude. It comes out to, I mean, all the way out here. We're in like 15 feet of water. But there's a grass line right here. It's, I mean, there's a defined grass line that I'm trying to get just outside of. So he's not a big one. So I try and get outside. Oh, it came off. Okay, cool too. I try and get outside that grass line and cast into the grass, but just a little bit, and then work my way out of it. So I try and have some distance between me and the grass. That guy wasn't big, guys. That's why I didn't cry or anything, because I missed that fish. But yeah, right now I'm in the grass. So like way up there, bro, the grass is thick and it's tall. Out here, the grass is starting to give a little bit, so I can work this worm a little bit better through this grass. And then once it gets to the edge of the grass, I just kind of let it sit there a little bit so that whatever's cruising on the edge of the grass can be all like, well, what did I just find? And little do they know that what they found was a one-way ticket to visit and be introduced to the Latin Bass Assassin. Oh, what's up? What's happening? So right now, I'm in 15 feet of water, I think. Because again, my fish finder in the front is not currently working. So I am just basically using the one that I have in the back. I do a little bit of side scanning, and with that, I got grass on me. And with that, I can position outside the grass and cast to it. But I'm basically spot locking. And tossing out there. So my worm's starting to be stupid again. But the point comes out from all that area over there. It's just grass, homie. So when I cruised over this point right here, I did side image and, you know, do all the whatevers, use all my electronic capability, and I saw some fish kind of holding up on this area, but they were in the grass. So I was like, okay, cool. If they're in the grass, then I'll cast to the grass and then come back out of the grass. Because what I'm looking for is that transition so that I could give them something to either cruise along or whatever. In areas that have, and I just got to get a different mindset, but in areas that have like grass that doesn't really ever go away, it just kind of carpets the bottom. Like I don't really play in those areas. I like defined grass lines so that I can work my bait through there. But I mean, in theory, somebody could run a crankbait through here or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then try and catch fish. But I don't usually fish with, I mean, I'll throw a chatterbait right now. I'll probably throw one and try it. I tried it earlier, but they didn't bite here at least. But I was also further out. So I wasn't, now that I'm here, then I can cast a chatterbait further into the grass and then they'll probably be all like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, bro. What's going on here? Dude, that is the second time I've thrown to that area and my worm has come back like this. And I missed the fish. Okay, these fools wanna play? Then I'm gonna toss them a Nico. I don't like to pull out this annihilator here. But if they want to play, I'll toss them that Nico and slow roll them to death. But that is the second time that they broke my worm the exact same way. I think these fools are just angry at my worm. And they're just messing with them. So with the Nico, I like to make sure that that fool is on the bottom. That's grass, I'm sure. Pop them out the grass, let them get back on the bottom. I don't know why my worm came back twice like that, dog. That don't make any sense. I set the hook. Real nice. It looked like my rod, something Something got hooked, but then it just came off. Nico with a mag diamond. I could downsize it a little bit and throw him the Dizzy diamond. What's the time? 10:09. We are shooting for 11 o'clock to get off the water. Krill doesn't believe it, but we are shooting for that time. That might be a little too far to the left, but we will see. White frog. Are you telling me that we threw the white frog all that time for no reason because you weren't even here? Come on, white frog. Well, maybe that's why we didn't catch anything on the white frog, bro, because we didn't have the proponent of the white frog watching. Because we threw the white frog, and keep in mind, it is a pink frog. Well, the belly is pinkish, not completely white, but we threw that guy to the point where we stomped on him when we got him back in the boat. There is no love lost between us and the white frog, bro. Nico, I want to throw my Texas rig, but that fool he's been almost massacred completely. And watch you where right there, dog. I was in Honeycomb, but I was fishing over there, right in front of us. So I was essentially near the entrance of Honeycomb from the main channel. Now, let's be 100% accurate. There was a dink that came up, I think, and slapped at it. But that was about it. Because we keep it real on the channel, dog. We will tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help us God. Let's get maybe one more cast out there. A little further to the left. All right. We'll do that. I'll let that soak out there while I see what exactly happened to my worm. Definitely the face of the worm has been mutilated. We'll have to chop them up again. And if you guys are new to the channel, chop up worms, I mean, way around it, we're Mexican. So we don't like to waste. That way we catch multiple fish off of this. All it does is shrink the size of the worm. So we started off with a mag dizzy. But we might get down to the size of a dizzy diamond. We never know. Boom, watch out, little bros. He's back to champion status. And when they get to, you know, get all beat up and smaller, you know, we've been known to catch a BBL on a beat up worm without a problem. You wish, dog. Krill, this is a never Ned boat. You know that, dog. When it gets close to looking like a Ned, we get rid of it, bro. Never. All right, guys, I'm gonna have a mic off moment, so if you will kindly avert your eyes. Oh, Moon, we ain't got nothing against people using Neds or whatever. It's just in this boat, we will never Ned. And that is mainly because oh, Steve coming through with some creativity right there, a nail diamond. But that's, I guess that would only apply when we fish with the Dizzy Diamonds. So yeah, Moon, we're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those Neds. We don't throw Neds mainly because at one point in time, bro, there was some dude who popped in, and he would pop in multiple times, and he would just go off about just throw a Ned, just throw a Ned. Oh, this, that, and the other. Ned this, Ned that. Ned. Nedalodian. Bro, like he was just straight up netting. And I was all like, look, dude, based on all this Ned talk, because this is a Rodcast, bro. This is not a Ned talk. But based on all this Ned talk, I will never, ever throw a Ned bait again. Dude, because I have some Ned tackle. I have some, and I was all like, all right. I rarely used it, but I have some Ned tackle. It got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm giving away my Ned tackle because that's how adamant I was against the Ned. I mean, I even told that vato, I was all like, look, bro, I'd rather zero than throw a Ned. So, you know, it was good times. Good times. We ain't seen the vato in a while. I don't know where he disappeared to. Because all are welcome here, bro. All are welcome to this channel. All opinions, all of those on board, all of those who are not on board, everyone is welcome here. But the Ned dude, I mean, he's still welcome here, bro. It's just, it's like, bro, never a Ned, homie. Never a Ned. All right. Well, at least you caught that reference, bro. I just didn't know how to remix it after that, bro. It's the something. It's the dragon big worms. I have no idea. But yeah, that guy's the guy who kind of turned me off of Neds. Yeah. Krill almost turned me off of humanity, bro. But I know there's some good in Krill. So that's why I'm like, Krill, come back from the dark side. The Mountain Dew has changed you. You're welcome here, dog. It's grass. All right, let's get 2 casts of this recently renovated worm, refurbished, let's call it. This recently refurbished worm, we'll get 2 casts out there and see if we can't get that frickin' nibbler that bit me in half twice. I'm sure this guy is out there. It's a trained assassin. It's assassin versus bassassin. I'm out there throwing my worms and he is over there karate finning my worm in half. What-ah! And I'm like, dang, bro. Be easy, dog. He is taking no prisoners. I have sent my worm twice in that direction, been karate finned, and both times I returned with my head off my hook. I mean, these are probably warning shots to me, but whatever. Dang, my jig rod is out of commission. So that 5.7 that we caught today was off of this, potentially this same worm. But I think I might have replaced it once. But the same type of worm. It is a mag diamond. And basically what I'm seeing, or what I think is going on down there, is the worm's butt is in the air because it floats. And I'm dragging him on the ground. And he's basically cruising around, shaking his tail everywhere. Being all provocative down there. I'm about to get wet. Krill, don't you know that I can dance underwater and not get wet? Que pues, Krill? Who'd you think you were messing with, dog? Who do you think is on the front of this boat right here, dog? We need to put some juice to that frickin' receiver. Krill, am I about to get wet but not charged? Because the charge is what I'm going to be concerned with. The wet is whatever. Uh-oh, our local weatherman is gone. Let's move, guys. Let's go to the humps where we know BBLs live. And we got a better understanding of our environment there. We may have to stop halfway through because the receiver might die. But anyways, what the heck? Another water bottle over here? probably gonna be a little bit choppy out here. I think we were protected from most of the wind, so it might be a little bit choppy. At work supporting the channel. I appreciate that ripping. Ripping and clipping, I appreciate that, Doug. Let's see if we can't bring you guys something to watch. Camera is my dude. The audio might not be. But that over there. Somebody is on one of the cousins. All right, guys, we are going on the GoPro mic because we are about to get hit by some rain. I got to keep my ears peeled for thunder. Thunder is... No. Lightning and thunder is the concern. Top of the hump. Dummy. It is BBL weather. That was somebody on the other spot we wanted to go to, but that's life. Allow them to catch a BBL, bro. I hope they do. That's just rain. It looks like it might be a lot of it, but as long as it's just rain. Let me get portable. Our local craze was correct. We have taken off our shoes so that we don't get them all wet and gross. If you're into feet, this channel might be something you want to tune into. Gross. We're also gonna try not to step on a hook. Oh, now that guy's leaving that spot. It's about to come down, boys. quick.